Hey guys, Brian here, and let's go over the game to see what we can all learn from it. Usually I spend time going through positions and tactics, but kind of all the tactics were already played in the game that you saw, so I'm just gonna go over some key ideas, kind of like ideas behind certain moves. Obviously, I can't go through every single one because of time, but I just want to show this because I think if you understand kind of all the subtle moves, like in terms of the reasons why chess players played the move they played, it brings a richness to the game that makes you appreciate it more. Like for example, I love college football, but what made it more fun for me was kind of when I was kind of seeing analysts break down like offensive plays. I kind of understood the ideas behind why they did the plays that they did, and kind of what the are behind them and how the defense reacts. It really makes you appreciate the game even more. So I think highlighting some of those ideas here will kind of help, um, you know, people who are interested in chess and maybe want to pick it back up as a hobby, make them kind of want to make the game experience more richer for them. All right, so here, white plays e4, and anytime you play e4, the probability that it's going to be like a really explosive open game is kind of the idea behind it. If you want to play more positional, probably d4 would be a better opening. But white played e4, and now black plays the Sicilian, and it turns into the Sicilian knight off right here. And I just want to go over some key moves of the game here. They both castle. Now black's plan is pretty clear at this point. He wants to attack on the queen side, and normally that's kind of what happens in these games. White will kind of counter on the king side, and you'll kind of have a race to see kind of who has the better attack. But let's go a couple moves more in, and here kind of they both completed development, trading off some pieces, and let's see, right there. Okay, let's start with right here. Obviously, the idea behind this move is to kind of create Luft, but also so that there's no back rank weakness, which kind of proved to be White's downfall at the end of the game. But also this tiny pawn push also prevents the knight from coming in here. So with this one move, Black kind of secures his back rank, and he prevents any counterplay from White on the king side. So this is kind of like an example of kind of a subtle move in chess, but it speaks volumes if you kind of understand the ideas behind it. So, and then here we go here. And here's another idea in chess. Um, One way to come up with a plan in the middle game, and we're obviously in the middle game here, is to search for weaknesses that your opponent has. And one weakness is an isolated pawn. This pawn is can't be guarded by either pawns on the either side of the flanks. So what Black's plan is very clear here. He saw the weakness and he's just going to pile up on it. So that's exactly what he did in the game. And now White is playing defense here. And this move, one idea behind it may be that Black wants to seal this pawn on a dark square so that he can maybe attack it with this bishop later on. That's one idea, but the problem behind these kind of moves is that it allows White to tempo the queen. And so before you make a move, just try to make sure that you don't get tempo, that you can't get kicked out, because now kind of Black just gave White a free move and allowed his knight to develop and kind of get back in here and provide some form of defense. And here, Black played the nice pin right here. Anytime you have two rooks on the same color squares, just make sure that whatever color square they're on, make sure there's no bishop on the other side. And just do a quick scan and make sure, and if there is the same bishop, then just really think about twice about doing that. But nice tactic by Black in that position. And now it's just a matter of trading off here. And the only saving move for White in this position is to create Luft, but he'll drop the knight, and Black just has an overwhelming advantage and will most likely win the game unless he blunders spectacularly. But let's go back and look at the key ideas from this game. The first one was, let's see, right there, creating Luft, right? Also kind of preventing any counterplay on the king side. And, it's very important to do this, kind of alleviate back rank weaknesses, which was the downfall of white here. Second idea was simply, let's see, yeah, pile up on the weakness, right? If try to avoid creating isolated pawns, and if you're on the attacking side, try to focus on piling up on isolated pawns. And bishop pins. If you see rooks on the same color, immediately think of a bishop doing the attack on this, and yeah, so those are the kind of key ideas to keep in mind. Obviously, very hard to see all this when you're the one playing. Easy for the outsider to see all this, but it's a nice game between youth and experience. Kids these days have apps and coaches and the internet and a lot of things, but adults have the experience, assuming that they've been playing a long time. So it's always a nice matchup to see. So hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you guys enjoyed the analysis, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.